My topic for the persuasive speech is lowering the drinking age in the United States to 18 instead of 21. I decided to do this topic because it's something that relates to all of my peers. I figured that most of the people in this class are around that age, so it's relative to everybody. The drinking age in the United States is something of major concern for anybody that's between ages of 18 to 20, or 18 to 20, because we're all considered adults, but yet we're not allowed to drink. The drinking age needs to be lowered to 18 in the United States. Adults, what is an adult? An adult is considered to be anybody that's above 18 years of age in the United States. So an adult is responsible for their own decisions, they're responsible for their own actions, they should be able to decide whether or not they need to drink or not. The drinking age needs to be lowered for many different reasons. The first of these, I believe, is the fact that there's a draft that all 18-year-old males are required to register for. This is something that could potentially cause somebody to risk their life for their country, and they're not even allowed to drink in the country that they're risking their lives for. So I think this is extremely unfair that somebody should be required to go to war if it's deemed necessary by the government, but the government does not allow them to drink. Okay, another reason I think for this is relevant is because 18-year-olds, they have the risk of going to jail if they have the risk of going to jail if they commit a felony or anything like that, if they commit a crime. I believe that if a person has to be responsible enough to make decisions that do not get them thrown in jail, they should have the right to have the responsibility to decide whether or not they want to drink, and should be entrusted with the responsibility to drink. Another thing I think this is relevant is because 18-year-olds are allowed to purchase things such as tobacco and lottery tickets. I mean, tobacco, it's just as bad, if not worse for you than drinking is. It can cause all kinds of different cancer, with cigarettes causing lung cancer, chewing tobacco causing mouth cancer, throat cancer, any of that kind of stuff. So I don't think it's fair that 18-year-olds should be able to buy tobacco and lottery tickets and things like that whenever they're not allowed to drink alcohol in the United States. Another thing, 18-year-olds now have the right to go to places that are centered around alcohol. They're allowed to go into bars, most bars that is. They're allowed to go to clubs. These places are highly centered around drinking. It's a place for people to go in a supervised, controlled environment to go drink, have fun, socialize. And I don't think it's fair that 18-year-olds should be allowed to go to this place and have it rubbed in their face that they can't drink and socialize in the same way that other adults are allowed to do at these places. One of the major reasons I think this is an issue is because telling an 18-year-old to a 20-year-old that they cannot drink is just creating more of a temptation for them to do this. According to procon.org, lowering the age to 18 to 20 years old instead of making it 21 will make drinking less enticing, and it will also create a safer environment for for 18 to 20 year olds to drink in that is more controlled, so they won't be getting as much trouble when they're drinking. They can go to the bar, or they can go to restaurants where they're more controlled, in a more controlled environment, instead of drinking and at a big party somewhere and potentially binge drinking or something like that. The LA Times suggests that we are basically having a prohibition on people ages 18 to 20. This has already been proven to not work in the Prohibition Act back in the 20s. People drank more than ever whenever this act was instated, and they're doing the same thing to adults that are ages 18 to 20. According to Dr. Ruth Ings, who did an interview with postdam.edu, he says that making drinking illegal to 18 to 20 year olds makes it more of a forbidden fruit. It entices them to do it more so than if they were allowed to do it. And he suggests that allowing them to drink will make it less of a big deal to do it in the first place than Therefore, they won't drink as much as they are now. I believe that if all of these reasons are argued by the mass of 18 to 20-year-old young adults in this country, that something can be done about it, that laws can be changed, and the laws will be changed in our favor to where we will be equal with all adults in the United States, not just not unequal to the people that are above age 21. If all of these reasons are argued, a fair drinking age will be reached eventually. Something needs to be done to achieve this goal, and lowering the drinking age in the United States is a necessity. And that's my opinion on the drinking age in the United States.